Okay, this is going to be a quick video. I don't make very many videos for YouTube at all. But this is a 02 Hyundai Santa Fe 4-wheel drive. Replacing the alternator has been hell. If you live in a state where you have a lot of snow, a lot of salt on the roads, and you watch videos and people just pull these bolts out, no problem. Not the same issue for me. This has been 2 days of working on getting this alternator out. I got a picture of it. That bolt up there at the top, up there, came out very easily, surprisingly. This one took me 2 days because of how rusted in there it was. The worst part is this bracket that it goes through, the middle bracket that it goes through, the back bracket that it goes through, none of those are threaded. The only thing that's threaded is the bolt. When it comes out of this hole, gets a nut on it. The nut was so rusty, even with the impact, it wouldn't take it off. It just destroyed the nut. I had no other choice but to get a Dremel tool, because that's the only thing small enough to get up in here. Cut the nut off with the bolt. Okay. Still would not move. Days pounding on it, heating it, torching it, spraying it with PB Blaster. Nothing would get this thing to move. Today, I grabbed the floor jack. I found a couple of these steel rods sharpened to pointy end. Tried like hell. Drilled a hole and tried to pound that bolt back out through that hole, and it would not budge. I used an air hammer. It would not budge. I've heated it. Everything you could think of. It would not budge. The only reason I cut that nut off is because I found out that the middle bracket that it goes through is not a complete circle. Let me get this fucker out of there. Okay, there you go. So if you strip that nut, cut it off, cut the bolt off, the nut off, everything, because this whole bolt will slide out of that. So the hardest part after that was still getting it to move because it was so rusted in there. Basically, I took my floor jack, took the rod, I put it up through next to the CV axle boot, set the end on the jack, put the other end right into here. And oh, first I jacked it up from the bottom, straight from the bottom. I was able to wiggle the alternator up like this, and then go from the top, use that same rod, pound it back down like that, spray it, go back under it, tweak it up like that again, spray it, go back up to the top, keep doing that, wiggling it back and forth, pounding it from the bottom, jacking it from the, or pounding it from the top and jacking it up from the bottom, until finally it popped out. Living in Illinois or any of these states where you get all this rust, nothing is ever as easy as it should be. And watching these videos and these guys like, oh yeah, this bolt just slides right out of here, and you know, never the case for me. So 02 Hyundai Santa Fe, I believe it's 2.7 V6, I'm not sure, but yeah, you get a jack, get a rod, and basically jack that thing up until it won't go any higher, pound it back down, jack it up, pound it back down, and then you can get it to slide out.